Hello and welcome back to Throttle Up. Tata is leaving no stone unturned in launching new variants of their already existing cars, and now Altroz comes in petrol, diesel, CNG, Dark Edition, Kaziranga Edition, and obviously now the Racer Edition. Although it hasn't been launched yet, but it will be launched soon. And they have done a lot of cosmetic changes and have added new features to this one as well. And they don't stop there, they add a new engine to this, which is a 1.2 liter turbo petrol producing 120 horsepower and 170 newton meters of torque, which is exactly identical to that of the i20 N line. So this Altroz Racer will be the main competitor for the i20 N line. As of the front profile, you get these white decal stripes with a black finishing for the bonnet and similar grille which we have already seen in that Tata Altroz. The bumper, the headlamp, the fog lamp remains the same. You can check out another video where I've reviewed the Tata Altroz XZ variant. But yes, those are the halogen projectors, halogen headlamps and halogen fog lamps as well. I would have loved if they had done LED treatment for the headlamps. But nonetheless, those white decals, those stripes and the black finishing for the bonnet looks nice, and it goes with the racer theme that Tata is going for. As for the side profile, again a lot of blacks which have been added. The roofline is completely black with white checkered flag decals, which we'll see in just a bit. These are the darkened alloy wheels, and these are 16 inches, 205/50 R16s, and they look absolutely nice. There's racer badging on the fender as well. The turn indicator is not on the RVM, it's on the fender. You get these black stripes which we normally see, and that's the roofline which I was talking about. Comes with a shark fin antenna, and the handles are the same affair that we obviously have seen in the normal Tata Altroz. As for the rear also, it remains pretty much the same, with the tail lamps being exactly the same. The Altroz badging, there's no racer badging surprisingly enough on the tailgate. That's only written on the number plate, which will obviously be not there when you buy it. Same gloss black treatment between the tail lamps. You get a rear washer, rear wiper and a stop lamp, which is finished in a very sporty integrated spoiler. So that's the only nice thing that you get in the Altroz Racer, which is not normally offered in the Tata Altroz. That's the same brake lamp which we have already seen. You get two reflectors placed on either sides of that stop lamp, so it is a bit not sportier per se, but it's a bit different to that of Altroz. The tail lamp, as I mentioned, remains the same. The boot also has the same capacity obviously, but it does not get a same size alloy wheel for the spare wheel. It gets a 15 incher. Now we'll get to the rear seat. The first thing that we'll obviously have to come to is that the doors open perpendicular to that of the body, which again is a USP of the Tata Altroz. The door pad, however, is a bit of a disappointment because it gets no black or red treatment. It's completely plastic and it's grey, and there's just a very narrow door pad with fabric on it, so I really don't like that treatment. As for the thigh support, you get this red and white treatment in the interiors at the rear seat, so that's a little bit of differentiation for the Altroz Racer. As for the legroom, it's decent at best. The thigh support is amazing since it's a Tata, and the recline angle is good enough. I'm not complaining. As for the headroom, however, because of the sunroof now, it has eaten up a lot of the space in the headroom. So you can see that the headroom is a bit on the lower side. You get a center console armrest, but there is no cup holders. You get two adjustable headrests. There is no armrest in the center. The grab handles go softly up and down, so that's nice. And that's for the rear seat experience. The Tata Altroz has always been a good rear seat experience, but the sunroof does eat up into the headroom, so that's a bit of a problem. The door pad on the front also remains the same. The armrest on the door pad is something that I'm really not impressed with, and it's some kind of gloss black or red treatment. But you get ventilated seats in the Altroz Racer, which is a new addition to the features list of the Tata Altroz. You get that similar kind of red and white treatment for the backrest and the thigh support in the driver's seat as well, so as to differentiate it and let you know that you are in an Altroz Racer and not the normal Altroz. Stepping into the cockpit, the first thing that I notice is that the instrument cluster is changed, the touchscreen is changed, the steering treatment, however, remains the same. The only difference in the steering wheel is that you get red stitching instead of the white one. You also get red accenting around the AC vents, get gloss black treatment on the dashboard, which we'll come to it in just a bit. You get Altroz badging just like we get in the normal Altroz. The AC controls remains the same. You get a 12-volt socket, a USB socket, but you also get a wireless charger, which we haven't normally seen in the Tata Altroz. You get red accenting around the gear knobs as well. Two cup holders, center console armrest with again red stitching at the border, so that's nice. No electric parking handbrake, manual handbrake. Hard plastics all around, but the gloss black treatment really elevates the experience of the dashboard. And this is the humongous glove box which we have seen in the normal Tata Altroz. There is no dearth of space in any of the Tata cars, so Be very assured of that. This is another new addition to the Tata Altroz feature list, which is a sunroof, although it's not panoramic. A manual rearview mirror, no mirror on the driver's sun visor, but you do get a mirror on the co-driver's sun visor. Now, as for the touchscreen, this car touchscreen is something that I was not able to operate, so I'll show you the same touchscreen which you also get in the Tata Harrier. Tata Harrier, although gets ADAS, 360 parking camera and everything, but the overall user interface and the feature list remains similar to some extent. The user interfaces remains the same. So you get AQI, you get Bluetooth connectivity, Apple App CarPlay, Android Auto, connected car tech, everything. The touchscreen is also grown in size. So Tata Altroz previously got a 7-inch screen, but this is a 10-inch screen now, and it's very slick. The resolution is pretty sharp, and you get a user interface which I really like now. I did not like that previous very glitchy and very laggy touchscreen. So it's very nice. Kudos to Tata. As for the instrument cluster, you get 2 dials which are normal, which are not digital, and a MID in between, which is 7-inch, and it's completely digital, which you can operate through the buttons placed on the right side of the steering wheel, and it's very nice to look at. Again, the treatment which was previously there in the Tata Altroz, that digital treatment, is something that I was not particularly a fan of, and it looked that it was picked up from a car of, say, the price segment of Quid or the Citroen C3, but now it feels that you are sitting in a premium hatchback because of the instrument cluster treatment. So I really like that on Tata's part. As for the detailed review of the instrument cluster and the touchscreen, we would have to wait till these cars get in the showroom, because the fish market in the Auto Expo means that there are a lot of people hounding the car at every single point of time, and because the Tata Altroz's instrument cluster or the touchscreen wasn't working, we'll have to sit and wait for a detailed review of that. For now, the one thing that impressed me the most, that they have enhanced the features and the specifications of the Altroz Racer to compete with the i20 N-Line, which is a really nice thing, and it looks sharper, it looks sportier because of the treatment that they have done. So all in all, a job nice done by Tata when it comes to the Altroz Racer. And Altroz is offered in a petrol, in CNG, in this Racer variant, the dark Kaziranga variants, and this is the only premium hatchback which you still get in a diesel, because the Baleno and i20 have been discontinued for the diesel variants. So that is a very good proposition for someone looking for a diesel hatchback, and that's where the Tata Altroz really stands out. So that was our review and the first glimpse of the Tata Altroz Racer. Do let us know in the comments whether would you go for the Tata Altroz or go for the i20 N-Line, and what do you think should be the expected price of this, because it's still not officially launched yet. Subscribe to our channel for more such content, and do not forget to like this video if you appreciate our content so that it reaches out to more people. Keep watching Throttle Up.